I'm Olivia Bailey, and if you're seeing me right now, you're probably watching EHC-TV on Comcast Cable, but you also might be listening to WEHC 90.7, and it might be halftime show of the basketball game. Whether you're seeing or hearing us right now, we're glad you're tuned in. My guest today is ENH women's basketball player Ashlyn Baird. Thank you for being on the set today, Ashlyn.
No problem.
So you've been on this basketball team long enough now to kind of have a feel for it. Can you explain coming into Emory basketball, using your past experiences, what have you had so far?
It's been a good experience so far. Definitely some ups and downs, but I mean it's definitely been a positive experience. I've learned a lot of things, and I'll take a lot out of this. So.
Okay, so bringing in some of those experiences, that was probably not a well-worded question. Growing up, where did you get your start from basketball?
I started in 2nd grade, just playing on little teams like church basketball. But I loved it, so I kept going with it.
And where did you get that motivation that you decided that you might be able to pursue this in college?
Definitely my family and coaches I had in the past were definitely really supportive of me trying to go to a different level, college level.
And coming in, can you kind of explain some of the experiences that you've had? You've went through a couple of coaches now with this program. Can you kind of explain some of the transitions, some of the things that you've learned from the Emory and Henry basketball program?
It's been different having 3 coaches now, but I think it also has helped us as a team just grow and see different kinds of coaching, which has helped us, I think. But overall, I think it's been hard to kind of deal with, but I think we've learned a lot, and we're going to be a better team because of it.
And as a player, going through these different coaches, you say that it's been different, like
right.
transitions and things like that. How do you take that in as a player, and how does that develop your game as an individual?
It definitely teaches you to be stronger, I think, because you have to be able to deal with so much that's been thrown at you. But as a player, you just have to learn to keep fighting through whatever may come, I guess.
And we've seen that you've had some success with that. You're ranked in a couple of top 5 places for your shooting percentage, both in field goals and 3-point shots in the ODAC right now. How has that improved from past seasons in basketball?
I'm not really sure what the difference is, but I don't know. I think maybe I'm just more confident as a senior. I know I have to make shots and be kind of the leader that helps the team push through difficult times. So hopefully I'll be able to keep going with that.
And as a leader, what things do you put in your game, or maybe extra preparation? What do you do to provide for maybe some of the underclassmen and with Coach Katz coming in, maybe some of those transitions? What have you done to help that?
I think a lot of things with like younger players is having the confidence going into college games. You're nervous. You're scared that you might mess up. I think you just have to, as a leader, I'm kind of an encourager, someone that likes to keep people's confidence up and keep them knowing that you just got to push through things, and if you miss a shot, it's okay. And then Coach Katz, I have to be able to be someone that backs her up on things and helps the team understand what she's trying to say.
And we had Coach Katz on the show earlier this year. She was a great interview, and she talked about some of the promise that this team holds, and we've seen some of that, dropping some close losses, some hard-fought losses in the past, but winning that initial game.
Mm-hmm.
And we, as fans, we can see the potential that this team has this year. So what do you expect to gain in this coming season as you continue to practice with things like that? How do you expect this team to grow?
We're definitely going to be able to grow. Just because our game last night was a rough game, but I think we really learned that if we have to work hard if we're going to get anywhere, and we have to play defense. And I think as games go on and we see how good we can be, it's going to give us more confidence, and it's going to help us be able to push through the end of the games that we're struggling with right now. It's just playing the whole 40 minutes.
And the good thing about being an Emory and Henry athlete that I've noticed from several athletes is the idea of the student athlete. So what are you studying here at Emory?
I'm a biology major.
And what do you expect to do that later on?
I want to be a physician assistant.
And has your involvement in sports or anything motivated that as far as working with trainers or anything?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely keeps your interest in like different things of the body and injuries and even sicknesses. It helps you stay interested in that kind of stuff. I don't know.
And as we can see, you're wearing a Duke shirt today. College football, basketball is in full swing right now.
Yes.
Starting off the season, a couple upsets. North Carolina lost. So what are some of your expectations for this college basketball season?
I think it's going to be a good one. I don't know if there's really many, like, sometimes there's that dominant power you expect to win all the games, but I think it's going to be a few like 10 teams that could be a number one team. It's going to be really interesting.
And I know when I played basketball, you kind of get your motivation from some of these college players. I know I'm a Lady Vols fan, so Pat Summitt and some of the players, Candace Parker that came through there, some of those players, that you kind of get a motivation from, kind of see some of their games and want to kind of mimic those. Are there any players in higher level basketball that you look up to?
Pretty much any Duke player. I think I love the way Duke plays with their heart and their work ethic, and that's what I usually pull off from.
Awesome. So kind of finishing up, I always like to talk to Emory Henry athletes about the traditions and what they gain from being an Emory Henry athlete. Are there any women's basketball traditions on or off the court that you found to be particular interesting in your game or just taking from the court?
I don't know exactly. We do a lot of pregame traditions that we've done my 4 years I've been here. I don't know how far back it goes, but just little things like pregame meals together or anything like that. I don't know exactly. We don't really have many traditions. We're trying to build on the traditional part.
And what are some of those that you're trying to build on? Is there anything that you've put into play for the season?
I definitely want to build on the winning tradition. I want to get that going. And hopefully look back and be able to say that I helped start that. And then hopefully our confidence. I want to have that tradition of Emory Henry having confidence in the team that's going to work hard and the team is going to play you hard.
And Emory Henry women's basketball, you as an individual, as a player, what sets that apart from other institutions?
Emory Henry is just like a family that I know I'm always going to be. I know I'm always going to have that backup. I'm going to have people behind me to support me, and we're always like a family to support each other. So I really like having that support as a player.
Awesome. Well, thank you for being on the set today. We appreciate it. We wish you the best of luck on the rest of the season. You've been listening to the sports interview from Emory and Henry Reports on EHC-TV. You can find us on Comcast Cable Channels 70 and 95 on Wednesday and Thursday nights at 7. A replay of Emory and Henry basketball games follow this program. Thanks for joining me, Olivia Bailey, for this sports interview.